Best day ever. Best day ever.
You better tell him who's the boss, me. You better tell him who's the boss, see. You better show him who's the boss. They all stop and awe when they see me pull up looking flossy.
Actually, fun fact, this is a good time to plug it. We were featured in Bloomberg. They quoted our two co-founders with the saying, Wall Street is dead.
Yes, they even took a picture of it. And they said we're the first company to do what we're doing, which is amazing. Industry leaders, everyone. Industry leaders. We good? Okay. All right, welcome back to episode 13. What's it called?
Benefits blockchains bring to businesses.
Benefits blockchain brings to businesses. So we've talked about the benefits of blockchain, what it does, how it's used, how people can leverage it. And now let's talk about how businesses can grow using the blockchain. So we're going to talk about a couple ways, NFT use cases, and more so using NFTs as memberships for certain communities, and also tokenization, which is our specialty. As you know, our company, Securities Token Advisors, where I work as an advisor, we actually help companies that want to tokenize bring their vision to fruition. So if any of these things interest you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. But how blockchain can help businesses grow. Number one, first and foremost, trust and transparency. Yeah. We told you that. It's really hard to fraud the blockchain since it's always being updated, and
it eliminates a middleman too.
Yeah.
So trust and simplicity.
Yeah, so back in the, if you wanted to do an IPO, that could take years to validate all the information, get everything that you need to do. With the blockchain, it takes a matter of months because it eliminates that fraud aspect of it. And I mean, it's more instant. Using the internet is obviously more instant than snail mail and faxing.
Yep.
It makes fun really easy. It makes, choosing, making certain decisions really, really easy, protects your information, allows you to sell directly to your clientele, allows you to add benefits to your communities as you grow.
You can grow your communities in different ways.
Yeah.
As we spoke about previously, DAOs is a huge brand new aspect.
Yep. You can sell directly to your customers, like we said, but also collect payment, and you can do that through crypto or fiat or however you want to do that. And it can prevent a lot of spammy ads, a lot of things that people don't want to do anymore. So
yeah, like we said, eliminates the middleman.
Yeah.
And also, the secure aspect of it. Again, eliminating the middleman, the proof of, you're using the blockchain as essentially the main way to store data, and it's all recorded publicly. Right. So you have that going for you.
Right, so let's talk about our mission in life, which is the mission of tokenization. And a lot of people it's hard to understand at first, and I understand that. Think of it as, Wall Street on the blockchain, but Wall Street with no walls, because we're revolutionizing that.
Yeah.
But it benefits business in many ways. So tokenizing assets on the blockchain can offer various opportunities for businesses, for their clientele, and for their community, and it gives them a chance to grow and diversify its assets on the market. It also allows their community to maybe and we'll talk about this, not own a piece of the company, but own a piece of the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I just want to also clarify, I've said this before, but tokenization, you're actually developing an asset on the blockchain that is backed by real-world assets.
Right, so it varies from the cryptocurrency.
It differs from cryptocurrency in that way, because cryptocurrency, there's no real-world asset behind it, but with tokenization, there is. So you could essentially apply this to your business, and the business is the asset.
Yeah. So let's say you want to take your business to the next level. Tokenization might help you do that. We can safely say it's broken down into three elements: an asset, a vehicle for the asset substitution, so the smart contracts, the infrastructure behind the payment or whatever the perks are, and the digital balance in your bank account, which is a digital asset.
And so I guess this example that we have pulled together here is, an example is when you want to deposit money into your bank account. This is obviously, there's no, this is just an example.
Yeah.
So you want to deposit money into your bank account with fiat currency. The process of putting the physical money into the ATM shows your asset's digital value.
Yep.
So
And your transaction occurring.
Yep. So you put the money in and it shows the digital value. That's essentially the tokenization is your asset and it's being given value. And you have, a certain amount of it.
Right.
Which could be applied to anything. You could have a certain amount of assets in a business. You could own a certain amount of assets in a house, commercial real estate development, anything like that. So, and then the digital money shown in your bank account is the tokenized asset.
Okay, ready? So tokenization of
Did I
shares.
explain that ATM thing right?
Yeah, I think it was perfect.
You
Do you want
think
to try it
we're
again?
good? No, I just want to make sure you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, I
We're
think
all
you did a
good?
great job.
Okay. Sorry. You start with the next.
All right. So tokenization of shares, it opens up new routes for companies to increase their liquidity and their business growth if they want to take things to another level. It's innovative, it's future-oriented, it's secure. A lot of the old school industries, like take real estate, for example, they are the ones that are trying to implement this the most, but the older generation is a little weary of it. So implement this, like let's take an apartment building, for example, you tokenize that and...
No, I could so if you have say you have a house and it's worth $1 million. The house itself is a physical house worth $1 million. You could essentially sell 1 million tokens at $1 each. Anybody can buy the tokens, and they represent the physical asset and ownership in the house. So you're legally an owner of it.
Right. But on the business end, they have investors in their company without giving them, a share of the company, and they can use that money to grow and to innovate and do whatever they want to do that takes their business to the next level.
And typically, you would have had to have a business structure like a real estate investment trust, otherwise called a REIT, or something like that, where the access to entry is very high because you have to be an accredited investor with a certain amount of net worth. You have to have, a certain portfolio of assets, something like that, where not just the everyday person can invest in, say, a house worth $1 million, 1 million shares, and you can be paid out whether or not they're leasing that house to somebody, and you're paid out portions of the rent. You're getting an actual ownership with payouts of whatever the house is worth, whatever it makes in that kind of sense, which is all on the blockchain via smart contracts. And the use cases differ.
Yeah, it's a flexible, cost-effective way to basically grow your business with the community that you have. So what can be tokenized? An asset, a service, investment fund, or equity in the company. So this is kind of where, Wall Street without the walls. Before, with the typical IPO, you own a share of the company and you get a piece of the profits. Using tokenization, you could give your community anything. It doesn't have to be a piece of your company. It doesn't have to be profits. It could be perks. It could be access. We've talked about this many times. You get the idea. But whatever you want to offer your community, that's what you can tokenize.
And a lot of people are like, well, why aren't people just sticking with Wall Street traditionally? Well, you really have to have. There are very high barriers to entry to do a IPO.
Yes.
Very, very high barriers to entry.
It takes years to do so.
It takes years. It takes millions and millions of dollars. You have to go through all these regulations, and tokenized assets are fully regulated and acknowledged by the SEC. So you can just use it on a much smaller scale, benefiting small businesses.
Yep.
Anybody,
And that being said, we are seeing more people that are going public and also want to offer tokenization because they know that this is the way the next generation is going to invest. So they kind of are keeping their options open, which we think is super cool. They're using the old school way and the new school way to increase their audience, which I really like. So, all right, we want to give you an example of a hot girl token.
Hot girl token. This is theoretical. It's just an example, but say we tokenized ownership of Spillin' the NFT production. This would be a token that represents actual ownership in the production of the show and the show itself, but it gives the token holders very unique value in the sense that they could vote on what the show does, what Jess and I talk about, guests, sponsors, liquor sponsors, where we film, how we film, everything. So they would be an active participant in Spillin' the NFT production, but then they would also have physical ownership of the show itself, and they would reap the rewards of any sort of profits, and it would be just as if you owned a share of a company on Wall Street, with, say a company did an IPO and you buy shares of it, it would be the same in that perspective. But it would be tokenized on the blockchain with this new future of finance. And
The Hot Girl Token.
Hot Girl Token. Who wants one?
Okay, so we want to use an example of tokenized crowdfund. We are actually tokenizing our company. Security Token Market is a sister company to Security Token Advisors. That is the whole media side where the show is produced. And we are tokenizing.
As Kyle Sonlin says, we are eating our own dog food.
Why not, right?
We are practicing what we're preaching.
Yeah, exactly.
We're what?
I like to drink my own champagne.
Oh, sorry. Herwig says he likes to drink his own champagne, not eat his own dog food. My bad. Let me clarify. We are.
So we're raising.
We believe in it so much that we are doing it ourselves.
So let's talk about tokenized crowdfund. We are actually doing this ourselves. Security Token Advisors has a sister company called Security
Token Market.
Security
that
Token
I work
Market.
on.
Yep, and that is what we are tokenizing as a company. So we have been working on this since October. Getting ready for a tokenized crowdfund is pretty time consuming.
But less time consuming than, say, an IPO or something along those lines.
And it's a lot more flexible. So let's talk about our project. So we are aiming to raise $1 million.
We can raise up to $5 million.
Yeah, but we already have $6 million pledged.
And
we are in over 30 countries.
I want to clarify that does not mean we have accepted any money.
Yeah, this is the test the waters.
Actually,
I don't think we should say any of that because this will get people to go to our crowdfund. The less we say about that, the more. The better. Yeah.
Sorry, let's start over.
No, that's good. All right. So we can raise up to $1 million. Sorry.
Nope.
So our goal is to raise $1 million. However, we are allowed to raise up to $5 million, but we already have $6 million pledged. We have not officially launched the crowdfund yet, so that's why we're saying pledge. But if you want to learn more about our crowdfund, we'll put the link right here.
Yes.
So we started preparing for this back in October. Every single team member plays a part in this. We're doing as much as we can, to market and stuff. Marketing is pretty limited just because the SEC is very much involved in the prep of your crowdfund. So you have to be very careful about what you say and to who.
Yep.
But you can hint anything that you want. Over 30 countries have also been a part of that pledge, which is cool. So we're not only in Florida, Miami, United States, we're all over the world.
So that's the interesting thing about these, tokenization is you can access communities and people from around the globe. With an IPO, you can only, take money from investors within the US.
Yeah.
But we can, have these people pledge from around the world.
And we told you, our CEOs are the industry leaders. They have had their show for a while. They're one of the first to be doing this. So they are recognized all over the world. And now these people can be a part of not only just our community, but our actual company. So,
sorry.
That was a literal mic drop.
That was perfect timing. Leave it in.
All right. So the reason that we're doing this is because this is going to help us take our business to the next level. So that's, about this time last year, they grew. They hired me. They hired the rest of the girls. Their team went from 7 to I think 21, something like that. So we're taking Security Token Market to the next level, and that's the reason why we're doing that. So it's really cool. We're gonna post all the information down here. DM us if you have any questions about the crowdfund. But we just wanted to talk about that because it's a cool example, and we are drinking our own champagne.
Yes,
or
we are
eating our own dog
food.
food.
And we'll have way more news to come. I mean, we're gonna be doing, our token holders will be given special access and certain things. I don't want to go into too much detail because that's all to come, but definitely follow us on socials at STO Market on Twitter and Instagram for more information.
So another way the companies are using the blockchain to benefit them is businesses using blockchains. What is it? What's our tongue twister?
Benefits businesses. Hold on. Benefits the blockchain. fudge. Benefits blockchain bring to businesses.
Benefits blockchains bring to businesses. The other popular use case that we're seeing a lot right now is NFT memberships. They're saying this is the future of business and hospitality. This is changing the way people are going to bars, to clubs, joining communities, being a part of clubs. We've talked about.
I'm trying to pull one up right now.
We've talked about the
Fish?
Bored Ape Club, and we've been seeing quite a few pop up in Miami where, you purchase an NFT and you get access to certain bars or certain restaurants. But essentially, people are tired of the internet experience. Like they're tired of having their accounts shut down or subscriptions canceled or, payment issues when their debit card has been stolen or whatever. People are tired of having to sign up. They're tired of having to pay separately for certain things. Remember 17,000 passwords and domains. You know that meme like, your password is weak, so am I. This is kind of a revolutionary way to make people a part of your community while still making money for your business, your restaurant, your bar, whatever it may be.
And so there's a whole bunch of projects that we can talk about. I do want to clarify, though, that NFTs cannot be treated like securities. And that's kind of where the differentiation comes in. And people are saying, this is literally live from CoinDesk. We can drop it in here, just so you guys can kind of read from a very, researched perspective. It says some NFTs are probably illegal. And does the SEC care? The answer is yes.
They always care.
The government does care.
We love you, SEC, but...
The government's trying to figure out how to regulate the $2.5 trillion crypto market and the digital assets involved. So there's obviously just like a general consensus going around, like what's going to happen, et cetera. So I will drop this in, but it'll go into a little bit more detail about how NFTs cannot be treated as securities, but NFTs can bring businesses value by involving the community.
Yeah, so everything that I just said, payment issues, having passwords, blah, 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 all the things that people are sick of,
Yes.
NFTs essentially removes all this. So you can they connect their wallets, which is usually on their phones or on their laptops. It's 2022, it's on everybody's phones. And they can find their content, their discounts, their tickets. All you have to do is connect it to their wallet and the smart contracts will take care of the rest. So, and the cool thing is, the newest thing is you can continue to add use cases on the back end. You can edit that smart contract and let's say tomorrow we want to invite our Meta Yacht NFT winners to our crowdfund launch party. We can add that use case into the smart contract and then they'll be able to access it just from owning their NFT. They will have to do nothing except access their wallet.
So think of it as you go to Sephora and instead of digging in your wallet to find your membership card, you have your NFT on your phone and you just show your NFT or, scan it, whatever it may be, and it's there. And it's digital, it's on the blockchain, so it's not this process of oh, you forgot your password, let's email you a reset link to reset your password, and then you have to do verification for your phone number to prove it's you, to then reset your password to access your account. If you just have the NFT, it almost just populates it's on the blockchain, it isn't going to be hacked, and it shows the ownership or, all the information.
Yeah, I like to use AAA as an example. You buy one yearly membership to AAA and you get discounts throughout the year on not only, your car and whatnot, but you get access to hotels, to restaurants, to food, to certain tickets, to events. You don't have to jump through any extra hoops to get it. And, you just need your membership card, which is attached to you. So.
Do you think there's talks at the AAA headquarters on how they're going to implement an NFT?
I don't know. Well, we should AAA, if you need help,
Call us.
reach out to us and we will turn your membership cards into NFTs.
AAA has to have an older demographic audience. I actually am a AAA member, thank God.
too,
I've had my car towed in Miami now a few times.
I don't even have a car anymore.
Knock on wood. But that's a way for them to reach a younger demographic.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a smart way to reach a demographic. So let's talk about actual companies that are implementing these NFT use cases. So the first and foremost, right now in Miami, it is Crypto Week, NFT Week, everything blockchain month.
Bitcoin 2022, Miami Tech Month. It does not end.
Yeah, it's wild. But we are actually, because we're bougie and we like to dress up, we are going to the Crypto Gala. I think we actually sponsored a table, right?
Yeah, this is going to come out after the Crypto Gala, so if you see us there, let us know. But actually, it was funny. They emailed me the other day, and all the tickets are NFTs. So
that's awesome. I love that.
And it's cool because it turns to memorabilia. Like, it'll be in my wallet forever now, and I'll be like, ooh. What else?
So there's this really cool company. It's called Run Digital Horse, and they are a racing website that aggregates all the data from actual races and lets you participate in virtual races and make predictions. So essentially, you can go to the dog track or the race track without actually going to the track, and you can virtually bet on these races, which are based on real ones. So I thought that was a really cool one.
That's awesome.
The ECC, which is the biggest Ethereum conference in Europe, they use as Unlock for their tickets. So
cool.
Yeah, the conference tickets have a QR code that people show to get in, and
I also saw Permissionless in Palm Beach. It's a huge conference every year. They are doing a NFT, but if you buy it, it grants you access for a lifetime.
That's awesome.
Like, you own the NFT, so it's not just like one conference, and there's very limited amounts, I believe, but it grants you access to the conference for, I believe, your whole life.
That's amazing.
Which is cool because it's like, yeah, you truly can't lose that asset.
And then not only that, when it comes to the conference too, then you can vote on things. Speakers, things are going to adjust, where the location's held. And these are all important things, like Miami is so full right now. The difference between a conference being on one side of town and the other is the difference between going and not going. So imagine having a DAO where I can vote on where all these events are.
Can I drop my meme in that I posted yesterday on Twitter?
Yeah.
It literally says, it says, oh my gosh, it's the Pooh Bear fancy meme, and
oh yeah, it was good.
I'll drop it in. But it's literally what Jess just said. I was like, does anyone want to meet up for Bitcoin 2022, but not at the actual conference because it's in South Beach?
Meta people,
mainland.
I love South Beach. I hate being a mainlander. I love it. So we'll continue to talk about NFT use cases. In the future, we're going to talk about. We're going to dive into how to purchase an NFT in the marketplace. So looking at value, how rare it is, kind of determining where it's going to go and if it's going to have a secondary market and if it's going to increase in value. And these are things that we want to talk about. And what else do we have coming up?
What don't we have coming up? Follow STO Market. Like I said, we're going to have an event coming up on our end that it obviously involves spilling the NFT.
And we still have more weeks of giveaways, so head over to that STO Market on
check out
IG.
All of our media properties. Everybody's going to be doing giveaways. So
excited. All right, well, thank you for joining us on the new Meta Yacht. And we will see you guys next episode. Hopefully we'll have Kayla back. We miss you.
Kayla, stop modeling and being beautiful.
Be beautiful with us. Be
Take a look over here. Hello, your number one fear. I'm phenomenal, magical. Call me supernatural, mythical, wonderful. They tell me I'm a